Hello guys, welcome to this episode on the Mike Potter channel. This time we're going to be talking about football, and I'm going to be looking at the FIFA Team of the Year and putting in my selections individually player by player and saying what my Team of the Year would be. So let's crack on. And we're also start with goalkeeper. So in the FIFA Team of the Year they chose David De Gea. Now David De Gea over the last 5 or so years has established himself as maybe the best keeper in the world, and fair fucks because he's been quality for Manchester United. Saved him time and time again. The amount of points he's probably accumulated just himself for him is more than I would be able to fathom. But in 2018 he hasn't had the best time. Towards the back end of last season he was quality. Can't fault him at all. Fair enough. But it's when it got to the summer where he really fell off. You know, that really notable mistake against Portugal in the World Cup group stage where, yeah, fair enough, he fucked up hard. And even during the World Cup, he only made one save during the tournament, which is mad. Mad, considering he's supposed to be the best keeper in the world. If you're making a single save, that's not good enough. And even this season with Manchester United, he's not been really at it. You know, there's that notable mistake against Brighton early in the season as well, where he chipped the ball into midfield and it was intercepted, and straight away Brighton went in the defensive and scored. So I don't think I can have David De Gea in my team. So I'm going to go for Ederson. Ederson has been fucking unbelievable since he started Man City, and I know goalkeepers should be judged on the quality of their saves and that sort of stuff, which makes perfect sense. That's what a goalkeeper's there to do. But in the modern day, goalkeepers are judging a lot more than just the quality of their saves, whether it be their distribution, the command of their area, just giving another option when teams play out of them back. But more importantly, I think goalkeepers are judged on their lack of mistakes, and Ederson hasn't made any real big ones for me. The only thing that really springs to mind when I think of Ederson and mistakes is at the start of 2018 when Manchester City played Liverpool in the league and he cleared the ball and it just fell to Mo Salah, who chipped him for about 40-50 yards. But other than that, Ederson's been absolutely faultless. His distribution's been out of his fucking world. The best goalkeeper in the world with a ball at his feet, without a doubt. Up there is one of the best shot stoppers, and his just sheer presence. If a ball gets chipped over that Man City backline, he's there straight away sweeping it up and getting rid. And that's what you want from your goalkeeper in 2018. So in defence in the FIFA Team of the Year awards, at left back they started with Marcelo. And yeah, quality, can't fault him. Over the last 9 or so years he's been arguably the standout left back in world football. Absolutely unbelievable for Real Madrid and Brazil. And he had a quality end to the 2017-18 season. They win the Champions League with Real Madrid. They're third on the bounce, which is a massive achievement and shouldn't go unnoticed. But during the World Cup, Brazil in which the quarterfinals, and you think, yeah, quarterfinals World Cup, that's alright. But when it's Brazil, that's a massive failure. And even this season, he's not been on it. Like, Real Madrid in general haven't been on it, but if you're supposed to be one of the best players in the world, you really have to be contributing, and I don't think he has. So I'm going to go for Andrew Robertson. Now, I know it seems like very Liverpool bias to me saying Andy Robertson, but he's been fucking unbelievable since he established himself in his Liverpool starting 11. I remember when we first signed him at the start of the season, we were playing Alberto and Marino. I was like, why? We've just splashed out our new left back. Why is he not in the team? But Klopp took his time, eased him into the squad, and when he eventually made that position his own, it is immovable. Like, I feel like for Jurgen Klopp, he's the first name on our team sheet at the moment. He does everything you want from a modern fullback. Brilliant getting down the wing. Absolutely fucking quality defensively as well. Got a real partnership with Virgil van Dijk and the left side of that defence, and he's great. Liverpool conceded very few goals throughout 2018, and Andrew Robertson was a big part of that. So one of the centre halves is Sergio Ramos. Now, I think Sergio Ramos is a good player, but without a doubt, you know, he's been a mainstay in Real Madrid and the Spanish side for years, and you don't get that without having some real quality. But at the end of the day, like, I'm going to ignore his shithouse because you need shithouses in the modern game. I think you need someone who's just going to stop the play, you know, cut off the other team's offensive. And yeah, he injured Mo Salah in the Champions League final, but you're not telling me any manager wouldn't go, get stuck in early, hit him hard, let him know you're there. Any manager would tell a defender to do that, so you can't really fully criticise Sergio Ramos for it, in my opinion. But again, Spain had a really naff World Cup. You know, they went out to Russia on penalties in the round of 16, which is really, really a shambles for Spain. And during this season with Real Madrid, Sergio Ramos and Real Madrid in general just haven't been on it. So I'm going to throw Trent Alexander-Arnold in there. Not centre half, but a right back. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold has been fucking unreal for Liverpool during the calendar year 2018. Like, he was seen as a liability by many sides in the first half of the 2017-18 season, and rightly so. You know, he seemed like the less defensively sound option out of himself and Joe Gomez. You know, for the bigger games, Joe Gomez was preferred at fullback, and Trent was left on the bench. And then against the lesser teams, Trent was put on because thought, you know, a bit more attacking impetus, and fair enough. But during 2018, Trent Alexander-Arnold has been absolutely fucking unreal. His ability to defend, I think a lot of it's come to being commanded by Virgil van Dijk and just him organising that back line. But Trent has followed absolutely every instruction to the T. And not only that, getting forward as well, his quality. Like, without a doubt, like, going forward, he is up there as one of the best fullbacks in the world. Not just in terms of his sheer dominance on the right hand side and whipping that cross, but his ability to transition from defence into attack is unreal. Now there are moments where he'll receive the ball in his own half and he'll just ping it straight into the feet of the central midfield, and the game will just flow. You know, and let's not forget his ability to fucking hit a free kick. His set pieces are unreal. I remember he's got a banging one against Hoffenheim in Champions League qualifiers last season. But this season, his free kick against Watford was out of his fucking word. Absolutely smashed Tom Bins. Fair play to the lad. And in this team, Virgil van Dijk and Rafa Varane were selected, and I can't disagree with either of them. Since the turn of the year, Virgil van Dijk has been unreal for Liverpool. A lot of questions were raised about the price tag of him. You know, 75 million, is he worth it? And obviously 75 million is a lot of money, but Klopp stuck to what he wanted. He outlined Virgil van Dijk as a man he wanted in his back line, and it's paid off. He waited for him, he got him, and he's been fucking unreal. I didn't think that one man could sort out a defence in the way he has, and it just goes to show, sometimes if you play your cards right and stick to your guns and get the man you want, it'll pay dividends. Rafa Varane as well, he's been quality, and you can't really have any more higher accolades than winning both the World Cup and the Champions League in 1 year. Like, at the heart of both those defences, been absolutely quality. Right, so we get to the middle of the park, and in the sort of holding position, N'Golo Kante was selected, and that's fair enough. He had a really good year for Chelsea, and he won the World Cup with France, and at the heart of both of his midfields. And based on that alone, you just kind of think, well, yeah, fair enough, he gets in there, doesn't he? And no massive argument can be placed against him, except one man, and that one man is Fernandinho. Fernandinho has been unbelievable for Man City since Pep Guardiola signed. He's changed from more of a box-to-box dominant midfielder into like just sitting a deep lying playmaker who can also like break up the play. He's been really quality, and it's been really noticeable well for Man City. When he hasn't been inside, their performances have dropped off massively. I think their win percentage without Fernandinho is about 10%. And when you think about a team of Man City's quality with the players they have, like Kevin De Bruyne, Sergio Aguero, David Silva, Raheem Sterling, and when you drop off 10% from losing a defensive midfielder, it says a lot about how the team is built around him. So in this side, Kevin De Bruyne was selected, and on a pure merit of his ability, you can't really argue with it. My only real gripe with it is he's been injured for like the majority of this season, and based on that, I don't think he merits a place. When you're missing 3 months out of the year due to injury, I don't think you have any right to be selected in the team of the year. So I've gone and selected his Man City teammate, David Silva. For me, at the moment, David Silva is the best player in the Premier League. He's absolutely fucking unbelievable. He's just so clever. Like, I feel like he's like 5 to 6 passes in front of every other player on the pitch when you see him. I don't think I've ever seen David Silva lose the ball. He's good at... He doesn't always get that assist, but he does all the nifty little slick passes in between, opens up the space, drags men out, and then bang, goal. And it's I put majority of how Man City played down to David Silva. He just like, and you look at him now with his ball head, and you know he's just like a little pep, isn't he? And my other midfield player is Luka Modric, and what can you say about him? He's been fucking unbelievable, pulling all the strings for both Real Madrid during the Champions League win and for Croatia on their like extraordinary achievement to the World Cup final. Like, yeah, I know Croatia knocked England out and it sucks, but at the end of the day, Luka Modric was absolutely unplayable. You can't get near him. He's just so smart. And I remember when Real Madrid signed him, and he was like, yeah, who is he? Like, who gives a fuck? And now he's just the best player in the world, and you can't argue. He's unreal. Right, so in the forward positions selected in the team of the year were both Kylian Mbappe and Lionel Messi, and I'm not arguing with either of them. Lionel Messi, on the back of a phenomenal season with Barcelona. Barcelona literally only lost a single game in the Liga in the whole of 2017-18, and you can't say anything bad about that, really, can you? It's just unfortunate last one game. Imagine if they went invincible, that'd been fucking unbelievable. But Lionel Messi was by far the stand-up performer for him, as he has always been for Barcelona during his time there. He's undoubtedly the best player that's ever played the game, in my opinion. He's just always amongst the goals. I know it seems like you're beating a dead horse when you say Lionel Messi's ace, just because he's been doing it consistently for so many years. But that's part of what makes him so fucking good, that he's just constantly at it. But yeah, for me, Lionel Messi fully merits his place in this team. And Kylian Mbappe, without a doubt, he's the most exciting young player I've seen in my time of liking football. He's quick, can finish, his dribbling's quality, he's got all the tricks. He's exactly what you want from a young, exciting player. So yeah, he fully merits his position in his team. He got his big move to PSG and he's smashing up in France. I know it's seen as a Farmers League, but even when he's contributing in the Champions League, has been quality, and his performance in the World Cup as well. So yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo was the player that rounded off this World 11, and yeah, he's a quality player. I mean, you can't doubt what he did for Real Madrid last season, where he was just banging all the goals for them in both the league and in the Champions League. His wonderful hat-trick against Spain in the World Cup, and also what he's been doing for Juventus as well. But for me, it has to be Mo Salah. Mo Salah was a fucking revelation for Liverpool when he signed. Like, straight away amongst the goals. For me, my biggest gripe of him, that he's finishing all of that because he's wasting some big chances, but he's still getting all his chances, not just getting them, but creating them all for himself as well, which says a lot. And he breaks a record for the amount of goals scored in a single Premier League season, once held by Alan Shearer, so you can't argue that. And he's dubbed as a one-season wonder by a lot of people, which is a tag that gets applied to a lot of new players who just come into the league. But he's doing it this season as well. He's well amongst the charts. He's their top, if not second top scorer in the Premier League. And I don't know what you can say about him. Mo Salah is phenomenal for me. So yeah, there's my team of the year. I hope you enjoy it. Again, we're rounding off with Ederson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andrew Robertson, Rafa Varane, Virgil van Dijk, Fernandinho, Luka Modric, David Silva, Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, and Mo Salah. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!